Hello everybody, welcome to the 1956 Formula 1 World Cup. Now back in November you probably weren't expecting me to do the NGL Biathlon series for 1998. Unfortunately, due to scheduling problems, I've had to postpone it to March. So what I'm going to be doing for December is the next 5 years of the Formula 1 World Cup. Now the reason is because the Formula 1 World Cup takes a lot less time for me to produce, while the NGL Biathlon takes me hours to do. And just scheduling problems mean I had to switch things around. However, the NGL Biathlon series will come out in March, that is a guarantee. But without further ado, let's get to the lineup of this year's World Cup. And here we go, the first four teams. We've got Argentina, who won the Nations Table last season with Juan Fangio, Jose Fernando Gonzalez, Carlos Mentegay and Alejandro De Tomaso representing the team. We've got the United Kingdom with Sterling Moss, Mike Hawthorne, Duncan Hamilton, Pierre Collins. And they got the French team with Jean Bert, 1950 champion Louis Rosier, Maurice Trintignant and Robert Manson. And for Italy, they've got Eugenio Castellotti, Luigi Musso, Cesare Perdisa and Pier Taruffi. And we've got Switzerland for number 5 with two referees, one to watch out for. Number 6 with West Germany with drivers like Hans Hermann, Wolfgang von Treptow from Frankenberg. Team number 7 is the United States. We've got Harry Schell, we've got Jimmy Bryan, Pat Flaherty, and team number 8 we've got Venezuela. Next we can see team number 9 is Belgium. They've got drivers like Paul Freire, Andre Paulette, and Olivier Guindebian. Team number 10 with drivers like Chico Landi and Hermano da Silva Ramos. Sweden back with Uruguay representing the 12th team in this year's World Cup. East Germany is team number 13 and the Netherlands as team number 14. So with that out of the way, let's now move on to how the groups have been drawn up. So Group A, probably the favourites here are Robert Manson, Duncan Hamilton, Rich from Frankenberg maybe. With Group B, the definite favourites are going to be Jose Fernando Gonzalez, Mike Hawthorne, the 1950 champion Louis Rosier, maybe Luigi Musso, possibly two of the Grafenried. Harry Schell, probably one to watch out for as well. In Group C, the definite favourites I'd say is Carlos Mentegay or Pierre Collins, Maurice Trintignant or Pier Taruffi, Wolfgang von Treptow, Jimmy Bryan, also worth a shout in my opinion. And Group D, one of my fans who definitely the favourites. I've got Sterling Moss in the same group as well, Jean Bert mixed in there as well, and Pat Flaherty. So those drivers I'd say are the favourites in their respective groups. So with that out of the way, let's move on to the actual event. Let's begin with Group A. Here we go, it is Group A of the 1956 World Cup, and as you can see we've got our 14 teams right here: Argentina, Belgium, Brazil, East Germany, France, Italy, the Netherlands, Sweden, Switzerland, the UK, the USA, Uruguay, Venezuela and West Germany. So without further ado, let's get to the first race of Group A, and at Argentina for the Oscar Alfredo Galvez, it's Cesar Perdisa of Italy takes the win, Henk van Zalingen is second for the Netherlands, Heine Walter is third for Switzerland, Olaf Persson for Sweden takes fourth, and Duncan Hamilton rounding off your top 5. And moving over to race number 2, the 1,000 kilometer Buenos Aires race, and it's Olaf Persson that takes the win with Duncan Hamilton second. Godofredo Viana is third for Brazil, Heine Walter fourth, and Henk van Zalingen rounds off your top 5. Meanwhile, in his home race, Alejandro De Tomaso down in 13th position. And moving over to race number 3, it's Sebring. Olaf Persson wins again, Godofredo Viana second, Van Zalingen is third, Gonzalez takes fourth, De Tomaso is fifth, and Edgar Barth rounds to the top 6. Meanwhile, in his home race, where is John Fish? Down in 12th. To complete the first quarter of Group A, at Mil Miglia, Robert Manson takes the win, Andre Paulette is second, Gonzalez is third, Edgar Barth is fourth, Heine Walter rounds off the top 5. And so with 4 of the 16 races done, leading the way, it is Olaf Persson with 69 points. Henk van Zalingen is second with 55 points. Viana for Brazil third with 54. There's Heine Walter 48 points. Duncan Hamilton rounds to the top 5 with 46 points. And now moving over to race number 5. At Monaco, it is Richard von Frankenberg for West Germany takes the win. Godofredo Viana takes second, Gonzalez third for Uruguay, Edgar Barth is fourth, and rest of the top 5 Andre Palet for Belgium. And we move over to race number 6, the Nürburgring. John Fitch wins the race, Duncan Hamilton is second, Olive Persson a good third place, Mansell fourth, Heine Walter rounding off your top 5. And moving over to race number 7, we have got the Indianapolis Oval, and it's Robert Mansell takes the win. John Fitch takes second. Edgar Barth is third for East Germany. Fourth, Alejandro de Tomaso of Argentina, and Duncan Hamilton rounding off your top 5. And to wrap up the first half of Group A, it is we're Belgium at Circuit de la Sarthe, and Cesar Perdisa takes the win. Andre Palet is second. Richard from Frankenberg is third. Robert Mansell fourth, and Duncan Hamilton rounding off the top 5. As we will now move over to the point standings, we have Olive Persson coming in 6th position, because remember he's leading Group A at the moment. And in the standings, Olive Persson is still the leader of Group A, though the gap is only 7 points between him and second place Robert Manson. Duncan Hamilton only a further 2 points behind in third. Godofredo Viana is fourth, and Andre Palet of Belgium rounding off the top 5 with 88 points. With Alejandro de Tomaso down at the bottom with 50 points for Argentina. We now start the second half. We go to race number 9, and we go to France, and it's Richard von Frankenberg that wins the race. Alejandro de Tomaso takes second. Chester Flynn of Venezuela is in third. Heidi Walter is fourth, and Cesar Perdisa is fifth. Meanwhile, Olive Persson down in 11th ahead of Robert Mansell in his home race. And moving on to race number 10, it is Pikes Peak, and it's Robert Mansell that takes the win. John Fitch is second, Godofredo Viana is third, Andre Palet is fourth, and Oscar Gonzalez rounds to the top 5, and Olive Persson another bad round for him down in 11th position. And race number 11 at Silverstone, and it's Duncan Hamilton in his home race that takes the win. Henk van Zeelange of the Netherlands is second, Chester Flynn third, Alejandro de Tomaso fourth, and Olive Persson rounding up the top 5. And to complete the third quarter of Group A, we're back at the Nürburgring, and Richard from Frankenberg in his home race takes the win. Godofredo Viana is second for Brazil, Oscar Gonzalez is third for Uruguay, fourth is Alejandro de Tomaso, and Chester Flynn rounds to the top 5 with Olive Persson in 7th position for Sweden. And moving over to the standings, and we have a new lead. In fact, we've got a joint first place. Godofredo Viana and Duncan Hamilton both having 142 points. Robert Mansell is third with 140. Olive Persson slips down to fourth with 136 points. Richard von Frankenberg rounding up the top 5 with 125 points, which is 2 more than 6th place Andre Palet. With Chester Flynn now at the bottom of the board for Venezuela with 101 points, as Alejandro de Tomaso makes his way up to 10th now with 105 points. And with 4 races left to go, let's move over to race 13. And it is at Sweden, with Duncan Hamilton taking the win. Andre Palet is second. Richard von Frankenberg is third. Cesar Perdisa is fourth. Henk van Zeelange rounding off the top 5. Robert Mansell, meanwhile, in 7th position. And Olive Persson is home race 12th. Race number 14. It is Monza, and Edgar Barth of East Germany takes the win. Olive Persson takes second. Godofredo Viana is third. Heine Walter is fourth, and Cesar Perdisa rounds off the top 5 of his home race. We have got Robert Mansell 10th, and Duncan Hamilton bottom in 14th position. With 2 rounds left to go, we're back at Argentina, and it's Andre Palet that takes the win for Belgium. Alejandro de Tomaso his home race is second. Chester Flynn takes third for Venezuela. Olive Persson fourth for Sweden. Godofredo Viana rounds to the top 5. Another bad round for the top 2 contenders. Robert Mansell 11th and Duncan Hamilton in 10th. And for the very last race of Group A, the 1,000 kilometer race of Buenos Aires, and it's Richard von Frankenberg wins. Chester Flynn finishing strongly for Venezuela in second. John Fitch third for the United States. Henk van Zeelange is fourth. Robert Mansell rounds to the top 5 with Duncan Hamilton down in 7th position. And meanwhile, Alejandro de Tomaso is home race, bottom of the board. And the winner of Group A is Duncan Hamilton by just 1 point with 184, with a joint second place with Richard von Frankenberg and Andre Palet for West Germany and Belgium. Olive Persson finishes 4th with 178. Godofredo Viana is 5th. Ron Manson joined 1st down to 6th with 171 points. Cesar Perdisa finishes 7th with 155. Then it's Hank Van Solange 149. Chester Flynn goes into 9th with 147 for Venezuela. Edgar Barr for East Germany, and John Fitch of the United States tying with 143 points, with Oscar Gonzalez in 12th for Uruguay with 142, Alejandro de Tomaso with 139 for Argentina, and bottom of Group A is Heine Walter of Switzerland with 131 points. Group A is just a direct reflection of the results, so an early lead for the United Kingdom with West Germany and France tying for second in the nations table, Sweden and Brazil rounding off the top 5. A very bad start for Argentina and the United States, Italy and France, but can they bounce back with the remaining 3 groups left to go? Let's move over to Group B and see how things will emerge. And here we go, we are on to Group B of the 1956 World Cup, and without further ado, let's get into the first race and we will see how things will play out. So the first race in Argentina, which is going to be won by Olivier Gendebien of Belgium. Arthur Rosenhammer is 2nd for East Germany. Paul von Metternich is 3rd. 4th, Jose Fernando Gonzalez. And right at the top 5, John Farnstrom of Sweden. Meanwhile, at his home race, we have Jose Fernando Gonzalez. Oh no, he did make the top 5, sorry. And anyway, on to the 1,000 kilometer race at Buenos Aires. Arthur Rosenhammer of East Germany takes the win. Alberto Uria takes 2nd for Uruguay. Luigi Musso 3rd for Italy. 4th is Karel Godin de Beaufort of the Netherlands. And Tulo de Grafenried rounds out the top 5 for Switzerland. And Jose Fernando Gonzalez's home race down in 13th. Race number 3 at Sebring, and it's Tulo de Grafenried takes the win. Harry Schell takes 2nd for the United States. Arthur Rosenhammer is 3rd for East Germany. Enrique Muro is 4th. And Alberto Uria rounds out the top 5 for Uruguay. And moving over to race number 4 to complete the first quarter, it is the Mille Miglia, and it's Luigi Muso's home race that takes the win. John Farnstrom is 2nd for Sweden. Paul von Metternich is 3rd for West Germany. Celso Lara Barberis is 4th for Brazil. And Harry Schell rounds to the top 5 for the United States. And moving over to the points table after 4 races, it is Arthur Rosenhammer of East Germany that takes the lead with 65 points. Luigi Musso is 2nd with 57, Tulo de Grafenried 3rd with 51, Alberto Uria of Uruguay has 46, and Paul von Metternich rounds to the top 5 for West Germany with 42 points, which is 1 more than Harry Schell and Olivier Gendebien, tying for 6th position. And now moving over to race number 5, it is Monaco, and it's Luigi Musso that takes the win, with Alberto Uria taking 2nd, Karel Godin de Beaufort is 3rd for the Netherlands, Paul von Metternich is 4th for West Germany, and Olivier Gendebien rounds out the top 5 for Belgium as the points leader of Arthur Rosenhammer down in 13th position. And next up at round number 6, it is the 1,000 kilometer race of the Nürburgring, and it's Celso Lara Barberis of Brazil that takes the win. Louis Rosier 2nd for France, Tulo de Grafenried 3rd for Switzerland, Olivier Gendebien is 4th for Belgium, and round the top 5 is Arthur Rosenhammer of East Germany. And to move over to race number 7, it is the Indy 500, and it's Alberto Uria of Uruguay takes the win. Karel Godin de Beaufort is 2nd for the Netherlands, Luigi Musso takes 3rd for Italy, John Farnstrom is 4th for Sweden, and Paul von Metternich rounds to the top 5, while Arthur Rosenhammer is down in 7th position. And to round off the first half of Group B, it is Circuit de la Sarthe in Belgium, and it's Olivier Gendebien in his home race that takes the win. Louis Rosier takes 2nd for France. Karel Godin de Beaufort is 3rd for the Netherlands. Enrique Muro for Venezuela is 4th, and John Farnstrom rounds to the top 5, while East Germany's driver of Arthur Rosenhammer in 12th position. And looking at the point standings, we have a new leader. It's Luigi Musso with 112 points, with Olivier Gendebien in 2nd with 97. Alberto Uria is 3rd with 95. Tulo de Grafenried has 94 points in 4th, and then round the top 5 is Arthur Rosenhammer with 92 points, and then a bit of a gap down to 6th position, which is Karel Godin de Beaufort of the Netherlands with 79 points, which is the same amount of points as John Farnstrom of Sweden. And now to begin the second half, race number 9, it is at France, and it's Enrique Muro that takes the win for Venezuela. Jose Fernando Gonzalez is 2nd for Argentina. Alberto Uria is 3rd for Uruguay. Harry Schell is 4th for the United States, and Mike Hawthorne rounds off the top 5 for the United Kingdom, while Luigi Musso finishes in 7th position, with Gendebien behind in 8th. Race number 10, at Pikes Peak, Arthur Rosenhauer of East Germany takes the win. Mike Hawthorne is 2nd for the United Kingdom, Paul von Martinich is 3rd for West Germany, Tilde Grafenried is 4th, and Louis Rosier rounds off the top 5, with once again the top 2 contenders outside the top 5, Luigi Musso is 12th, and Gendebien in 13th. And race number 11, it's Silverstone, and it's Tilde Grafenried takes the win. Karel Godin de Beaufort is 2nd for the Netherlands, Luigi Musso takes 3rd, Mike Hawthorne 4th, and Jose Frozen Gonzalez rounds the top 5, while Gendebien, another bad race for him, down in 11th. And also a very poor race for East Germany's Arthur Rosenhauer down in last. And to complete the third quarter of Group B, where we are back at the Nürburgring, and it's Luigi Musso takes the win. Karel Godin de Beaufort is 2nd for the Netherlands, Alberto Uria is 3rd, Enrique Muro is 4th, and John Varenstrom rounds the top 5 for Sweden, while Gendebien is 12th. And looking over at the point standings, Musso is still out in front with 166 points. Tilde Grafenried finds himself in 2nd with 140. Alberto Uria of Uruguay is 3rd with 136. Karel Godin de Beaufort is 4th with 133. And Arthur Rosenhauer remains in the top 5 with 132 points, while a bit of a gap down to joint 6th, which is Enrique Muro and Olivier Gendebien, both sharing 117 points each. And now moving over to race number 13, we are at Sweden, and it's Alberto Uria that takes the win. Celso Lara Barberis is 2nd for Brazil, Mike Hawthorne is 3rd, Karel Godin de Beaufort is 4th, and Enrique Muro rounds the top 5, while Italy's Luigi Musso is 12th, and Tilde Grafenried in 13th. Race number 14, Monza, Enrique Muro takes the win, Louis Rosier 2nd for France, Harry Schell 3rd for the United States, Paul von Martinich is 4th for West Germany, and Mike Hawthorne rounds to the top 5, and in his home race, Luigi Musso 7th, and Gendebien, another bad result, down in 11th position, Tilde Grafenried down in last position in 14th. And then going back to Argentina, it's Arthur Rosenhauer takes the win, Mike Hawthorne is 2nd, Enrique Muro is 3rd, Paul von Martinich is 4th, and Karel Godin de Beaufort rounds to the top 5 for the Netherlands, Luigi Musso 6th position, Tilde Grafenried in 8th position. And the 1,000 km race of Buenos Aires for the final race, it's Jose Frozen Gonzalez takes the win, Celso Lara Barberis is 2nd for Brazil, Enrique Muro takes 3rd, John Varenstrom is 4th, and Olivier Gendebien rounds to the top 5, and a very low point to finish for Luigi Musso, down in 11th, and Switzerland's Tilde Grafenried in 7th position. And looking at the final results, and the winner of Group B is Luigi Musso with 194 points. Enrique Muro is 2nd with 185. Alberto Uria of Uruguay finishes with 179 points. Rosenhauer goes up to 4th with 176. Karel Godin de Beaufort rounds the top 5 with 175 for the Netherlands. Tilde Grafenried going from 2nd down to 6th for Switzerland with 162 points. Mike Hawthorne takes 7th with 156. Paul von Martinich for West Germany is 8th with 154. Then Celso Lara Barberis of Brazil with 153. Jose Frozen Gonzalez of Argentina 146 points. Olivier Gendebien in 11th with 143. Louis Rosier is 12th, 137. John Varenstrom of Sweden 134. And bottom of the board is Harry Schell with 130 points for the United States. So with 2 rounds out of the way, the first 2 groups out of the way, let's check the standings to see how things have shaken up. And helps Italy go into the lead of the nations table. Enrique Muro of Venezuela, now what a surprise this is. We can see him in 2nd position, and Venezuela are in the top 5, with Duncan Hamilton dropping down to 3rd. However, the United Kingdom still remain in the 2nd position in the nations table, only 9 points separating them and Italy, with Andrew Palet and Richard van Frankenberg running up the top 4. So let's see how things will stack up going over to Group C. And here we go, we move on to Group C of the 1956 World Cup, and without further ado, let's get to the first race in Argentina. And the first race is going to be won by Peter Collins of the United Kingdom. Carlos Mentegay is 2nd in his home race, 3rd is Wolfgang von Trips, Walter Ringenberg is 4th, and Hermano da Silva Ramos of Brazil rounding off the top 5, with Pierre Taruffi down in 6th position. Moving on to the second race, the 1,000 kilometer race in Buenos Aires. And Pierre Collins also wins that race. Gunnar Blomqvist of Sweden comes in second. Maurice Trintignant is third for France. Fourth is Wolfgang von Trips. Walter Ringenberg rounding up the top 5. While Carlos Menega's home race comes down in 9th position. Race number 3, it is the Sebring and it's Pierre Teruf that takes the win. Paul Frère second for Belgium. Elias Carballido is third for Uruguay. Carlos Menegas is fourth for Argentina. Maurice Trintignant rounds off the top 5. And to complete the first quarter of Group C, it is the Mille Miglia and it's Pierre Teruf that takes the win in his home race. Gunnar Blomqvist is second for Sweden. Wolfgang von Trips is third for West Germany. Maurice Trintignant takes fourth for France, with Peter Collins rounding off the top 5. So 4 races in, 12 to go at the quarter mark. It's Peter Collins leading the way with 67 points, with Pierre Teruf second with 63 points. Wolfgang von Trips is third for West Germany with 55 points. Gunnar Blomqvist of Sweden is fourth with 51 points. And Maurice Trintignant rounds the top 5 for France with 45 points, which is one more than Carlos Menegas of Argentina with 44. Moving over to race number 5, it's Monaco, and it's Peter Collins that takes the win. Jeremy Bryan of the United States is second. Walter Ringenberg is third for Switzerland. Gunnar Blomqvist takes fourth for Sweden, with Hermano da Silva Ramos rounding off the top 5 for Brazil. And meanwhile, it was Pierre Collins that won the race, he's leading the way. Pierre Teruf second, came in 8th position. Race number 6, the 1,000 kilometer race of the Nürburgring, and Pierre Collins wins that race also. Julio Pola is second for Venezuela. Maurice Trintignant third for France. Walter Ringenberg is fourth. Jerry Bryan rounds the top 5, with Pierre Teruf down in 13th position, only beating Wolfgang von Trips. Race number 7, it is the Indy 500 and another win for Peter Collins. Maurice Trintignant takes second for France, Walter Ringenberg is third for Switzerland, Paul Frère fourth for Belgium, and Wolfgang von Trips rounds the top 5 for West Germany, and another bad result for Pierre Teruf down in 11th. And to complete the first half of Group C, it's Circuit de la Sarthe. It's Peter Collins with yet another victory. Hans Tack is sixth for the Netherlands, Pierre Teruf third for Italy, fourth is Paul Thiel for East Germany, and Jerry Bryan for the United States rounding off the top 5. Pretty bad result for Ringenberg, who's been consistent in the top 5, down in last position. And moving over to the points table, it is unsurprisingly Pierre Collins leading the way with a very, very healthy lead, 167 points. In second is Pierre Teruf with 95, third is Maurice Trintignant 87, and joint fourth is Ringenberg and Menegas for Switzerland and Argentina, both with 81 points each, ahead of Paul Frère with 80 points in 6th position. And now moving over to the second half of Group C, race number 9, it's France. It's Maurice Trintignant's home race that takes the win. Pierre Collins takes second, Hans Tack is third, Pierre Teruf fourth, and Paul Thiel rounds out the top 5 for East Germany. And next up for race number 10, it is Pikes Peak and another victory for Peter Collins. Wolfgang von Trips is second for West Germany. Elias Carballido is third for Uruguay. Jeremy Bryan fourth for the United States. And Walter Ringenberg rounding off the top 5 as Pierre Teruf is down in 11th position. And now race number 11, it is Silverstone, and Maurice Trintignant takes the win ahead of Pierre Collins at his home race. Paul Frère is third, Paul Thiel fourth for East Germany, and Carlos Menegas rounds off the top 5 for Argentina. Another poor result for Pierre Teruf down in 9th position. And to round off the third quarter of Group C, to the Nürburgring once again, it's another win for Maurice Trintignant. Paul Thiel is second for East Germany, Walter Ringenberg is third for Switzerland, Julio Pola fourth for Venezuela, and Pierre Collins still rounding off the top 5. And Pierre Teruf another poor result, 10th position this time around. Meanwhile, Wolfgang von Trips' home race, 13th. So with 4 races left to go, look at the standings. It is Pierre Collins out in front with 243 points. So I'm pretty sure he's already going to be taking the lead of the overall standings once this group is done. Maurice Trintignant second with 165. Pierre Teruf is third with 126, one more than Walter Ringenberg with 125, And round the top 5 is Paul Freire of Belgium with 116 points. Moving over to race number 13. At Sweden, it's Paul Freire with the victory for Belgium. Pierre Collins takes second for the United Kingdom. Pier Truffi is third for Italy. Hermano da Silva Ramos is fourth for Brazil, and Elias Carballido rounds off the top 5 for Uruguay. As Pier Truffi's third, and anyone else with notes? Walter Ringenberg 10th, Trintignant 13th. Moving over to race number 14. It is Monza, and Pierre Collins takes the win. Trintignant second, Julio Pola third for Venezuela, Pier Truffi fourth, and Wolfgang von Trips rounding off the top 5. As we go back to Argentina for the last 2 races, with the Argentina race going to Peter Collins. Wolfgang von Trips is second, Maurice Trintignant third, Paul Thiel fourth for East Germany, and Paul Freire rounding off the top 5 for Belgium. Meanwhile, Menteguy in his home race down in 8th position, Pier Truffi down in 12th, Trintignant, Trintignant third. And for the 16th and final round of the 1,000 km race of Buenos Aires, it's Han Tak from the Netherlands that takes the win. Second is Paul Freire, Jerry Bryan third for the United States, Pierre Collins is still fourth, with Elias Carballido rounding off the top 5. As we see Maurice Trintignant down in 8th, with Truffi in 11th as well. And the winner of Group C is probably going to be no surprise. It is Pierre Collins with 326 points. A very, very dominant performance in this group. Maurice Trintignant is second with 212. Paul Freire is third with 180. Pier Truffi for Italy is fourth with 164. Wolfgang von Trips has 152 points. Walter Ringenberg takes sixth with 149. In joint seventh, Hans Tak and Paul Thiel for the Netherlands and East Germany with 142 points each. There's Jerry Bryan, 9th for the United States with 135, one more than Carlos Menteguy of Argentina in 10th with 134. Elias Carballido is 11th for Uruguay with 127. Julio Pola of Venezuela is 12th with 125 points. And then it's Gunnar Blomqvist is 13th with 119. And bottom of the board, Hermano da Silva Ramos with 117 points. So we know who the top 2 are after Group C. Let's take a look at who's at top in the nations table as well. Individually and for the team, with Maurice Trintignant in second position, Luigi Musso goes down to third, with Enrique Muro still in the top 5 for Venezuela, with Duncan Hamilton around the top 5 individually. Now moving on to the nations table, we can see United Kingdom leading with France second, Italy third, Belgium fourth, and West Germany around the top 5. But so far it's been a very, very disappointing year for West Germany, Argentina, and most notably the United States. I mean, West Germany are in the top 5, but Argentina and the United States, the bottom 2 teams. Now, I don't think anyone was expecting this. I certainly wasn't. And we can see none of the American drivers that have gone in the first 3 groups are in the top 24 individually, and neither is the Argentine team, which is very, very surprising to see. But with one group left to go, will that turn around before the final? Well, we'll get to the action and we'll see what will happen there. And here we go. It is the 4th and final group, Group D. And without further ado, let's just jump straight in to the first race in Argentina. And the first race is going to be won by Eugenio Castellotti, with Ed Munoz taking second, Egon Benner of East Germany third, fourth is Hans Hermann of West Germany, and Matteo Hesmes from the Netherlands rounding off the top 5, with Juan Fangio at his home race in 12th position. At the 1,000 km race in Buenos Aires, and it's going to be won by Eugenio Castellotti again. Osvaldo Carballido is second for Uruguay, Jean-Bert third for France, Sterling Moss fourth for the United Kingdom, and Marcel Stern rounding off the top 5 for Switzerland, with not a good finish for Juan Fangio once again down in 10th position. Moving over to race number 3, it is Sebring, and Sterling Moss takes the race win. Eugenio Castellotti is second, Pat Flaherty is third for the United States, Egon Benner fourth for East Germany, Hans Hermann rounding off the top 5. And to complete the first quarter of Group D, we go over to the Mille Miglia, and it's Juan Fangio takes the race win, Sterling Moss in second, Eugenio Castellotti is third, Hans Hermann fourth, and Pat Flaherty rounds off the top 5. So 4 races in, and leading the way at the moment it is Castellotti with 86 points. Sterling Moss is second with 68, The big drop down to joint third between Egon Benner and Hans Hermann of East and West Germany with 42 points each, with Juan Fangio rounding off the top 5 for Argentina with 41 points. Moving over to race number 5, it is Monaco and it's Eugenio Castellotti that takes the race win. Sterling Moss is second, Juan Fangio takes third, Chico Landi of Brazil is fourth, and Eric Lundgren of Sweden rounding off the top 5. Race number 6, we go over to the 1000 kilometers of the Nürburgring. Pat Flaherty takes the race win, Jean Barre is second, Juan Fangio third, Matteo Hesmans is fourth, Eugenio Castellotti rounding off your top 5. And going over to race number 7, it is the Indy 500, and Juan Fangio takes the race win. Sterling Moss is second, Jean Barre is third, Matteo Hesmans is fourth, and Eric Lundgren rounds up the top 5 with Eugenio Castellotti in 6th position for Italy. And to complete the first half of Group D, at the Circuit de la Sarthe in Belgium, it's another win for Juan Fangio. Castellotti is second, Pat Flaherty is third, Osvaldo Carballido is fourth for Uruguay, and Sterling Moss rounding off the top 5 for the United Kingdom. So halfway to Group D and leading the way is still Castellotti with Sterling with 152 points. Sterling Moss is second with 128. Juan Fangio goes into third with 123 points, and then a big drop down to fourth with Pat Flaherty with 95 points, with Jean Barre for France rounding off the top 5 with 87 points, 16 more than 6th place Egon Benner of East Germany. Moving over to race number 9, it is France with Sterling Moss taking the win, Eugenio Castellotti is second, Jean Barre is third, Juan Fangio is fourth for Argentina, and Hans Hermann rounds off the top 5 for West Germany. As we move over to race number 10, it is Pikes Peak. Jean Barre takes the win, Castellotti second, Eric Lundgren third for Sweden, fourth is Sterling Moss, and Egon Benner rounds off the top 5 with Juan Fangio down in 10th position. And going over to race number 11, it is Silverstone and Sterling Moss at his home race takes the win. Jean Barre second, Castellotti third for Italy, fourth is Chico Landi of Brazil, and Juan Fangio rounds off the top 5. And to complete the third quarter of Group D, it is back at the Nürburgring and it's another win for Sterling Moss. Castellotti is second, Juan Fangio is third for Argentina, Pat Flaherty is fourth for the United States, and Hans Hermann rounds off the top 5 for West Germany. So 12 rounds down, 4 to go. Leading the way is still Castellotti. He has 228 points. Sterling Moss is second with 216. In third, Juan Fangio with 169 points. And then it's Jean Barre with 155. And a big drop down to Pat Flaherty in fifth with 124 points for the United States. Moving over to race number 13. It is the race in Sweden. Jean Barre takes the win, Sterling Moss is second, Juan Fangio is third for Argentina, Eric Lundgren fourth for Sweden, and Eugenio Castellotti rounds off your top 5. And then it's race number 14 in Monza, and Juan Fangio takes the win, Sterling Moss is second, Eugenio Castellotti third, Hans Hermann fourth, and Chico Landi of Brazil rounding off your top 5 with Jean Barre in 6th position. And to the penultimate race, back to Argentina, and it's Eugenio Castellotti that takes the win, Sterling Moss is second, Hans Hermann third for West Germany, Egon Benner fourth, and Eric Lundgren rounding off the top 5 with Juan Fangio in 6th, and Jean Barre in 7th position. And for the final race, the 1000 kilometers of Buenos Aires, and it's Juan Fangio that wins at his home race, Jean Barre second for France, Eugenio Castellotti third for Italy, Chico Landi fourth for Brazil, and Shaq Waters rounds off the top 5 for Belgium, with Sterling Moss finishing a lowly 12th place. And the winner of Group D, it is Eugenio Castellotti with 296 points, Sterling Moss second with 280, while Fangio takes third with 245 points, Jean Barre fourth for France with 219, and then it's a big drop down to joint 5th with Pat Flaherty of the United States and Hans Hermann of West Germany with 141 points each. Eric Lundgren of Sweden in 7th with 123. Then joint 8th with Egon Benner and Chico Landi for East Germany and Brazil respectively, 121 points. Matteo Hesmans of the Netherlands, 118 in 10th position. 11th, Marcel Stern for Switzerland, 110 points. one more than Ed Munoz of Venezuela in 12th with 109. Osvaldo Carballido of Uruguay is 13th with 107 points, and bottom of Group D, Jacques Washer with 93 points for Belgium. So with all four groups out of the way, let's take a look at the standings and see who are our 36 finalists for the final. Pierre Collins leads the way. Eugenio Castellotti goes into 6th for Italy. Sterling Moss 3rd for Britain. Juan Fangio goes into 4th for Argentina, and Jean-Pierre runs the top 5 ahead of his teammate Maurice Trintignant. And as you can see, that good result from Juan Fangio has leapfrogged Argentina from the bottom 2 to the top 4 teams, with the United States having still a bad year, still at the bottom of the board. And as you can see, going into the final, we've got Mike Hawthorne down in 21st position, a lot lower than I imagine some people would have thought he'd end up in. Richard Frankfurt tying for 10th with Andre Palet. It's been a very good season year for them at the moment. But let's see the remaining drivers that will make it to the final that are outside the top 24 people in the finals instead of the usual 36, but we can see those outside the top 24 that made it through. Jose Gonzalez only in 29th position, a very huge shock there. John Fitch tying for 30th with Edgar Barr for East Germany and Olivier Gindebian for 30th. And we've also got Pat Flaherty tying for 36th, so just barely making it through to the final. So those drivers have got a lot to prove going into the final. To get into the final, Alejandro Desmasso, Louis Rosier, Jimmy Bryan, Harry Schell, all of them are out. Chico Landi 48th, he's out as well. So some very big shocks amongst those that have failed to make the final. But with the final coming up just now, let's see who's going to win the individual championship and who is going to win the Nations Championship. And here we go, it is the final of the 1956 World Cup, and so we've got all 14 teams that have brought in at least one driver into the final. So Argentina brings in Juan Fangio, who is in 4th, and Jose Gonzalez down in 29th position. For Belgium, we have got Andre Palet is 10th, Paul Frey 12th, and Olivier Gindebian in 32nd in the standings. Moving over to Brazil with two drivers, Godofredo Viana 15th and Celso Lara Barberis, who is in 24th. And then going to East Germany, we've got Arthur Rosenhammer, who's 16th, Edgar Barth in 30th, and Paul Thiel of East Germany, that is 35th. And over to France, we've got Jean-Pierre 5th, Maurice Trintignant 6th, and Robert Manson in 18th position. Followed by Italy with Eugenio Castellotti, who is 2nd in the standings, Luigi Musso is 7th, Pier Taruffi is 19th, and Cesar Perdisa in 22nd. So Italy, the first of 4 teams we've seen that's got all 4 drivers in the final. For the Netherlands, we've got Karel Godin de Beaufort, that is 17th, Henk van Zelinge is 26th, and Hans Tak, who is in 34th. Next team, Sweden. And they've only got one driver that's made it to the final, Olof Persson, the lone Swedish driver representing the team in 14th position. And then it is Switzerland, Tilde Grafried, who's 20th, Walter Ringenberg, that is in 27th position. And for the United Kingdom, Pierre Collins, who comes into the final in 1st position, Sterling Moss is in 3rd, Duncan Hamilton 9th, and Mike Hawthorne 21st, the 2nd team we've seen that's got all 4 drivers in the final. Next up, the United States, and they've got 2 drivers through, John Fitch, that's 31st, and Pat Flaherty in 33rd position, as this is the first time in the Formula 1 World Cup that we've got more than 36 drivers in taking part. Uruguay has 2 drivers through, Alberto Uria is 13th, Oscar Gonzalez in 33rd position. Venezuela with Enrique Muro and Chester Flynn, who are 8th and 28th respectively for the team. And the 14th and final team, West Germany, and they are the 3rd and final team that has all 4 drivers that made to the final. Richard von Frankenberg 11th, Paul von Mertenich is 23rd, Wolfgang von Trist 25th, and Hans Hermann in 36th position. So, with that out of the way, it is time for the first race of the final, and the first race takes place in Argentina, and it's going to be won by Jean-Pierre, who is coming into the final in 5th, Starling Moss is 2nd, Eugenio Castellotti is 3rd, Enrique Muro 4th, Carol Godin de Beaufort rounds up the top 5, with Chester Flynn 6th, Mike Hawthorne 7th, Olaf Persson is 8th, Duncan Houghton 9th, and Edgar Barth rounding off the top 10 for East Germany, as Peter Collins is 26th. And as the drivers who are 2nd, 3rd came 2nd and 3rd, and the driver came 4th, who is Juan Manuel Fangio, finishing this race in 20th position. Going to race number 2 for the 1,000 kilometers of Buenos Aires, and Jean-Pierre takes the win, Paul Freire takes 2nd, Enrique Muro 3rd, Pat Flaherty is 4th, 5th is Richard von Frankenberg, Jose Fran Gonzalez is 6th, Boris Trintian 7th, Juan Fangio is 8th, Oscar Gonzalez 9th, and Paul Thiel rounds to the top 10, while the top drivers going into the final, Pierre Collins 23rd, Eugenio Castellotti in 19th position, Starling Moss 27th. So the top rated drivers, apart from Juan Fangio, not doing too well this race. Next up, it is Sebring, and Henk van Solange wins, Starling Moss is 2nd, Arthur Rosenhauer is 3rd, Luigi Musso 4th, Enrique Muro 5th, Chester Flynn 6th, Oscar Gonzalez 7th, Paul von Metternich is 8th, Eugenio Castellotti is 9th, and Peter Collins rounding off the top 10 as the only top rated driver going to the final. Juan Fangio did do so well, down in 27th, meanwhile Jean-Pierre in 16th place. And to round off the first quarter of the final, Peter Collins wins the Miglia, with Starling Moss taking 2nd, Eugenio Castellotti 3rd, Juan Fangio 4th, so the top 4 rated drivers finishing 1st, 2nd, 3rd and 4th, Duncan Houghton 5th, Morris Trintian 6th, 7th is Wolfgang von Trips, Paul von Mertens is 8th, Jean-Pierre 9th, and Enrique Muro of Venezuela rounding off the top 10. So 4 rounds end with 12 to go. Looking at the standings, it is Starling Moss leading the way with 60 points. Jean-Pierre is 2nd with 57. Enrique Muro is 3rd with 46. Castellotti is 4th with 39. There's Peter Collins, the number 1 rated driver, rounding off the top 5 with 31 points. The lower down we've got Juan Fangio down 10th, who has 21 points. And a lot of the higher rated drivers seem to be the top half. Apart from, looks like Luigi Musso, who is down 8th, he's carrying to this in 7th, and he's only got 13 points so far in this final. But moving on to the next round, it is Monaco, and it's Juan Fangio that takes the race win. Starling Moss is 2nd, 3rd is Peter Collins, Celso Lara Barberis is 4th for Brazil, Jean-Pierre 5th, Arthur Rosenhauer is 6th for East Germany, John Finch 7th, Carol Godin de Beaufort is 8th, Pat Flaherty is 9th, and Duncan Houghton rounding off your top 10. Meanwhile, Castellotti 28th position. The only high rated driver worth noting that's not doing well this race, well actually Morris Trintian down in 23rd as well. Race number 6, we are at the Nürburgring, and it's Luigi Musso takes the win. Starling Moss is in 2nd, 3rd is Eugenio Castellotti, Juan Fangio takes 4th, Hans Harren 5th, Jean-Pierre 6th, Richard von Frankenberg 7th, Duncan Houghton 8th, Wolfgang von Trips 9th, and Hans Tack rounding off the top 10 as the only highest placed driver, Maurice Trintian, down in 35th position. And to go over to race number 7, it is the Indy 500, and it's a win for Juan Manuel Fangio. Jean-Pierre takes 2nd, Maurice Trintian is 3rd, Rob Manson 4th, so France 2nd, 3rd and 4th, that's a really good result for France in general. Pierre Taruffi 5th, Alberto Uria 6th, Godofredo Viana 7th, Arthur Rosenhauer 8th, 9th is Carol Godin de Beaufort, and Chester Flynn rounds off the top 10. The only high rated driver probably worth noting out of the top 10 is Castellotti, 19th position, while Starling Moss 14th position. And to complete the first half of the final, at Circuit de la Sarthe, it's Eugenio Castellotti takes the win. Roland Mansell is 2nd, Godofredo Viana is 3rd for Brazil, 4th is Hans Hermann, Jean-Pierre 5th, Pat Flaherty is 6th, Luigi Musso 7th, 8th is Chester Flynn, Jose Fran Gonzalez 9th, and Paul Thiel rounding off the top 10. Starling Moss 19th, Juan Fangio 23rd, Pierre Collins 31st. And so halfway into the final and leading the way, it is Chambera with 109 points. Sterling Moss is second with 102. Juan Fangio is third with 84. Castellucci is in fourth with 80 points. Peter Collins fifth with 57. Enrique Muro and Luigi Musso both tied with 50 points each. Trintignant is 8th with 37. Doug Houghton is 9th with 34. And Arthur Rosenhart rounding off the top 10 with 31 points. So with the second half of the final, how will things shake up? We're going to find out as we move over to race number 9 in France, and it's Peter Collins that takes the win. Juan Fangio takes second. Eugenio Castellucci is third. Sterling Moss is fourth. Mike Hawthorne fifth. Sixth is Chambera. Roy Mansell seventh. Pierre Turfi eighth. Paul Frere ninth. And Paul Thiel rounding off your top 10. And look at the highest rated drivers. There isn't really any high rated drivers that haven't really finished well, apart from maybe Maurice Trintignant down 32nd. And moving on to race number 10, it is Pikes Peak, and it's Juan Fangio takes the win. Eugenio Castellucci is second, Sean Barris is third, fourth is Hans Hermann, Josefo Gonzalez is fifth, Chester Flynn sixth, Cesar Perdisa seventh, Sterling Moss is eighth, Andre Palet ninth, and Godofredo Viana rounding off your top 10. Meanwhile, Pierre Collins finishing in 19th position. Moving over to race number 11 at Silverstone. And it's a win for Chambera. Pierre Collins second in his home race. Cargo de Beaufort is third. Fourth is Oscar Gonzalez of Uruguay. Godofredo Viana is fifth for Brazil. Then Sterling Moss, Pierre Taruffi, Paul Thiel, Andre Palet and Jose Fernando Gonzalez round off the top 10. Juan Fangio is 11th. And Eugenio Castellucci of Italy down in 36th position. And Trintignant in 30th. And to complete the third quarter of the final, to the Nürburgring again, Juan Fangio takes the win. Eugenio Castellucci is second, Cesar Perdisa is third, Chambera fourth, Paul Thiel is fifth, Maurice Trintignant is sixth, Enrique Muro is seventh, Paul von Mertenich is eighth, Hans Tack ninth, and Cargo de Beaufort rounding off your top 10. Sterling Moss 26th, Pierre Collins 27th, Musso 16th, Duncan Hamilton 35th. So some high rate drivers not doing well this race at all. And with 4 races left to go, leading the way is still Chambera with 173 points, with Juan Fangio second with 159, Sterling Moss is third with 133, Eugenio Castellucci is 132, and then Pierre Collins, the number 1 driver, is fifth with 102 points, and then a big drop down to Enrique Muro, who is sixth with 57 points. Luigi Musso is seventh with 52. Cargo de Beaufort is 8th with 51, 9th is Maurice Trintignant with 50, and to rest the top 10, Godofredo Viana with 47 points. And without further ado, moving on to race number 13, we are at Sweden, and it's a win for Juan Fangio with Hans Tack second, Celso Lara Barberis is third, Tilde Graffreed fourth, Maurice Trintignant fifth, Cesar Perdisa is sixth, Hans Hermann 7th, Henk van Solange is 8th, Richard van Frankenberg 9th, and Andre Palet rounds off the top 10. Pierre Collins 27th, Castellucci 36th, Sterling Moss in 30th position, Chambera 23rd, so not a great result for those drivers. Oh, I'm so sorry guys. And moving over to race number 14, it is Monza. And Sterling Moss redeems himself by winning the race. Chambera second, Pierre Collins third, Enrique Muro fourth, Robert Manson fifth, Andre Palet sixth, Olivier Gedebian is seventh, eighth is Chester Flynn, Walter Ringenberg is ninth, and Luigi Musso rounds off your top 10 with Castellucci in 18th position, Juan Fangio in 30th, Maurice Trintignant last in 37th place. And moving over to the penultimate race, back to Argentina. And it is a win for Hans Hermann of West Germany. Juan Fangio takes second, Castellucci is third for Italy, Wolfgang von Tress is fourth, Henk van Solange is fifth, Roman Mansell is sixth, Cargo de Beaufort is seventh, John Fish is eighth, Alberto Uria ninth, and Chester Flynn rounds off your top 10. As we got Chambera 33rd, we have also got Sterling Moss 27th, and Pierre Collins in 20th. And for the 60th and final race, the 1,000 kilometer race of Buenos Aires. And it's a win for Jose Fernando Gonzalez of Argentina. Sterling Moss and Pierre Collins 2nd and 3rd, while Fangio finishes in 4th, Eugenio Castellucci is 5th, Mike Hawthorne takes 6th, Celso Lara Barberis is 7th, Duncan Houghton is in 8th, Ron Mansell 9th, and Richard from Frankenberg rounds out the top 10. So that is all 16 rounds of the final. And who got the most points out of the final? That driver is Juan Fangio with 217 points. Jean Bert slips down to 2nd with 192. In 3rd is Sterling Moss with 178. Eugenio Castellucci is 4th with 155 points. Pierre Collins rest of the top 5 with 134, and a big lead down to joint 6th between Enrique Muro and Robert Manson with 65 points each, which is one more than Carol Gold de Beaufort in 8th. Jose from Gonzalez finishes strong in 9th with 61. The joint 10th is Hans Hermann and Luigi Musso with 60 points apiece. As we jump all the way down to the bottom of the standings, we see only one driver has failed to score points. In fact, he's got a minus score in the final, and that is Edgar Barth of East Germany. So with that result of the way, it's finally time to see the standings and see who is our 1956 World Cup champion. And so, with the final out of the way, Juan Fangio has won the 1956 Individual Championship, with Pierre Collins in 2nd by just 2 points separating him and Fangio. Sterling Moss takes 3rd, only a further 2 points behind, with Eugenio Castellucci taking 4th, and Jean Bert rounding off your top 5. And in the Nations table, United Kingdom win the Nations Championship by just under 300 points over Italy in 2nd. France takes 3rd. Argentina, largely thanks to Juan Fangio, finished in 4th position, with West Germany rounding out the top 5. A very, very good year for the Netherlands, and Venezuela take 6th and 7th. Belgium will be disappointed with 8th. Brazil will be probably okay with 9th position. East Germany runs to the top 10. Uruguay takes 11th. The United States will be absolutely fuming to be down in 12th position, with Switzerland and Sweden bringing up the rear. And here is the result for the drivers that finished outside the top 24 places. And as you can see, Celso Lara Barberis is the highest placed driver in that group with 188 points. Mike Hawthorne down in 26th position. He'll be absolutely fuming to be so low down the board. Pat Verherty will be very disappointed to be in 28th. Wolfgang von Schurz will be unhappy to be in 30th. But Edgar Barth finishes outside the top 37 places. He ends up finishing behind 2 drivers that didn't even make it to the final. So I hope you enjoyed this year's World Cup. Hopefully next year it'll be just as chaotic and exciting, and we'll see you over there.